Have you ever imagined that every night, when you close your eyes, a portal opens to parallel universes, and that there is an ancient mental technology capable of giving you total control over these universes, allowing you to live adventures, receive forbidden knowledge, and even heal traumas in alternative realities? This is not a video about dreams. It is an on the mass suppression of the most powerful tool of cognitive freedom that humanity has ever possessed. Lucid dreaming. For decades, governments, corporations, and even the pharmaceutical industry have worked to keep us asleep within our own dreams, so that we never discover that we can wake up inside them and take control. Why? Because a population that masters its dreams is impossible to control while awake. Today, we will reveal the forbidden secrets of lucid dreams and the 4-step method for you to reclaim your birthright to travel through dimensions. The first question you must ask is, why is something so natural, so inherent to the human being, so difficult for most people to achieve? The answer is simple. Systemic sabotage. Our modern lifestyle has been meticulously designed to keep us away from the state of consciousness necessary for lucid dreaming. We are constantly overloaded with information, stress, artificial light, and, most importantly, chemical substances in our food and water that suppress the activity of the pineal gland and inhibit the REM phase of sleep, precisely the stage where lucid dreams occur. Fluoride in water, pesticides in food, electromagnetic radiation from cell phones and Wi-Fi. All these factors converge towards one goal, keeping you in a state of superficial consciousness, unable to access the deeper levels of your own being. The pharmaceutical industry, of course, is complicit in this. They sell sleeping pills that, ironically, suppress dreams and REM sleep, turning sleep into a chemical coma instead of an astral journey. They medicalize insomnia and anxiety, but never offer the real solution. Self-control of one's own consciousness, because that is not sellable. That is personal power, free and inalienable. But the conspiracy goes far beyond chemistry. It is a cultural and spiritual conspiracy. Ancient traditions, from shamans to mystics, have always seen dreams as a training ground for the soul, a reality as valid as wake. For them, the dream world was a school where one learned to navigate between dimensions, where one received guidance from spiritual guides, and where one practiced skills for the afterlife. The suppression of lucid dreams is, therefore, a suppression of our spiritual preparation for eternity. They want you to arrive on the other side unprepared, frightened, and dependent on an external savior. The control of dreams is the control of your cosmic journey. Now, modern science, despite all obstacles, is beginning to unravel the power of lucid dreams. Neuroimaging studies show that during a lucid dream, the brain enters a unique hybrid state. Parts of the prefrontal cortex, associated with self-awareness and discernment, which are normally asleep during dreaming, light up. At the same time, the limbic regions, responsible for emotions and the creation of narratives, remain extremely active. The result is a reality simulation, as vivid as the physical world, but with a crucial difference. The laws of physics are malleable to your will. You can fly, teleport, change shape, and create worlds with a thought. Even more fascinating are studies showing that practices performed in lucid dreams, such as playing an instrument or a sport, create neural connections almost identical to those created by physical practice. Your brain does not fully distinguish between the real experience and the experience lived with full lucidity in the dream. This means that lucid dreaming is the ultimate virtual reality, a cosmic simulator where you can practice, learn, and heal without any of the limitations of the material world. It is a tool for accelerated evil. So, how to reclaim this power? The method is not about complex techniques, but about removing the barriers that have been imposed and following a path of reconnection with your own oneric nature. The first step is oneric detox. This means declaring war on dream suppressors. Drastically reduce sugar, caffeine, and processed foods at night. Invest in filtered water to reduce fluoride intake. Create a shutdown ritual. At least 1 hour before bed, disconnect from all screens. The blue light from cell phones and laptops is one of the biggest killers of melatonin and REM sleep quality. Read a physical book, meditate, drink herbal tea. Prepare your body and mind to dive deeply. The second step is crystalline intention. Before falling asleep, do not be passive. Whisper to yourself with conviction. Tonight, I will remember my dreams. Tonight, I will realize I am dreaming. Set a gentle alarm for 4 to 5 hours after falling asleep, when REM periods are longest. When you turn off the alarm, repeat the intention. This micro-awakening often throws you directly into a lucid dream. The third step is reality anchoring. During the day, make a habit of doing reality tests. Ask yourself several times, am I dreaming? And look for anomalies. Try to push your finger through the palm of your other hand. In a dream, your finger might go through. Look at a text, look away, and look back. In dreams, texts often change. This habit will infiltrate your dreams, and you will do the test automatically. Perceiving the illusory nature of the dream reality and becoming lucid. The fourth and final step is purposeful exploration. Once you gain lucidity, do not get carried away by the pure ecstasy of flying or superficial desires. Remember, you are in a dimensional training field. Ask questions to your unconscious. Find dream characters and ask, what do you represent in my life? Or what message do you have for me? Look for portals of light and enter them. These experiences often lead to deep insights and spontaneous emotional healings. Lucid dreaming is the final proof that consciousness is fundamental and matter is derivative. The physical world is a collective, consensual, and very dense dream from which we have forgotten that we are dreamers. The nightly dream is an individual, fluid dream that reminds us of our true nature. The global elite, the controllers of this collective dream, do not want you to have this revelation. They do not want you to know that the rules of this reality can be questioned and altered. A lucid dreamer is a cosmic revolutionary. They know that if they can command the reality of dreams, they can, with practice and expansion of consciousness, begin to influence the waking reality. Manifestation, synchronicity, healing, all become more accessible when you train your mind to operate from the state of a lucid not a passive victim. Their fear is justified. The entire control structure collapses when critical numbers of people wake up within the dream. The matrix is maintained by our passive acceptance of its rules. Lucid dreaming is the alarm clock that is ringing. It is up to you to choose whether to hit the snooze button or get up and take possession of your infinite power. The night is no longer for sleeping. It is for exploring. It is for liberating yourself. The portal is within you, and it is open every night. The only question left is, do you have the courage to enter? The secret history of lucid dreaming is intertwined with the mind control programs of agencies like the CIA. Project MKUltra was not just about drugs and hypnosis. It investigated the control of dream states as a tool of manipulation. They feared that if an ordinary individual could achieve dream lucidity, they would become immune to brainwashing and fear-based mental programming. A lucid dreamer is an architect of their own reality, and an architect cannot be easily programmed to live in someone else's house. This is the real reason why legitimate scientific research on lucid dreaming receives so little public funding. While billions are channeled into developing drugs that suppress REM sleep and keep the population in a state of lower consciousness, it is a silent war for the sovereignty of your own mind. But the rebellion begins every night. Ante Pillow. Every time you perform a reality test, you are committing an act of cognitive insurrection. Every time you set a clear intention before sleep, you are realigning your consciousness with your innate power. They can pollute the water, poison the food, and flood the air with radiation, but they cannot control the focused intention of a human being determined to reclaim their right to dream. The four-step method is more than a technique. It is a manifesto of freedom. It is a declaration that you are no longer a slave to consensus reality. You are an explorer, a pioneer of the inner dimensions, and this journey of reclamation does not require expensive equipment or complex rituals. It requires consistency and courage. Courage to question reality both awake and asleep. Courage to take responsibility for creating your own experience. And courage to face the mirrors you will encounter in dreams. Mirrors that reflect not only who you are, but who you can become. The portal is open. The key is in your intention. The time is now.